what if I told you that one of the largest companies on the entire planet has this comm strategy like this? No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. That's some YouTube clickbait nonsense. I'm not doing that. I'm going to tell you Google's comm strategy when it comes to people questioning their the veracity of people getting traffic from their AI properties, namely AI mode and AI overviews, is ready for it? It's one word: liars, 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 liar. Like my back in third grade. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's Google. That's Google's actual comm strategy. You could think there's no way this dude is completely making that up, right? Like, so no. Here you go. I'll share it with you. So this is from SERoundtable.com, which is Barry Schwartz. I love Barry Schwartz. I'm going to all the articles I'm quoting right here are going to be from SERoundtable.com, which is a great place for you to check out and see what Google's going on with Google's AI-ness on a consistent basis. Barry covers everything. Really too much, Barry. Anyway, so the Pew Research Center, you've heard of them before. They seem reputable. They said that this thing here, hold on, where is it? I should know it. Yeah, no, hold on. This thing, this AI mode thing right here. Okay, people are clicking on all of the citations in it. Not only are they clicking, they're clicking multiple times. They're coming back to the results, clicking again because it's so much fun to click. There's so much traffic going around right now. Google's basically saying, the Pew Research Center is saying, no one's clicking on these things. They say 1% of these get clicks. Also, water is wet. Also, the sky is blue. I can go on. But Google's saying, nope, liars. Liars. I'm not making it up. So Google went back to Barry, and instead of saying nothing, which they should have said, which is nothing, and we also have an actual comm strategy, which we'll get to. Is this study uses the flawed methodology to blah, 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 blah. In other words, liars. You're liars. Don't believe the Pew Research Center. Believe us, Google. We are believable. We have no reason to lie to you. The Pew Research Center, on the other hand, are a bunch of absolute complete charlatans. They have all the incentive to lie to you here. What do we get out of it? But if you think it's a one-off, by the way, absolutely not a one-off. Google, per SEO Roundtable again. So this dude, who was their VP of search, his name is Nick Fox. I can't remember his name for whatever reason. He went on a podcast and he's like, "Hey, all these studies that are coming out saying that no one's clicking on this thing here, all these links here, liars. Your parents, liars. Your teachers, liars. Your coworkers, liars. The data studies that are coming out from third-party providers saying that no one's clicking on that stuff, liars. Everyone's lying to accept us. All these data are to be questioned. They're all liars. None of the data is right. Only we're right. That's their comm strategy. Liars." First, repeat after me. Just because a big brand is doing it doesn't mean you should do it. Also, repeat after me. Just because a big brand seems like they have it together doesn't mean they actually have it together. In fact, most likely they don't. They're together. It's bonkers. First off, yeah, no one's clicking on that stuff. I don't need a data study to tell me no one's clicking on those links. It's like saying, I need someone to tell me that I'm unlikable. No, I know that already. I'm just kidding. I'm semi-likable. I'm also self-deprecating. I need a data study to tell me that I'm self-deprecating. No, I already know that. Now you know that too. Everyone knows. No one's clicking on that stuff. I don't need a data study to tell me. So that's what's funny about it, is that the fact that Google's calling the Pew Research Center and everybody else liars is obviously lying. By the way, this is not complicated. This is so not and the funny part is that Google kind of already started to do this. Let me get to the next thing I wanted to share with you. Blah 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 blah. This is from Google's John Mueller, is one of their search advocates, and he was talking about in the blog was, how do you get visibility in this thing here in the AI stuff? And one of the things he wrote was he gives a whole list of advice, and he says this may provide a more engaged audience, which is another point Google's been saying. He says, "Oh, wait a second. I don't know if they have multiple comms teams. I don't know if their comms team, the prerequisite to being on the comms team is to have dissonance. It seems like it is. because they already have messaging out there and comms out there saying, don't expect more traffic, expect less traffic. So he writes, this may provide a more engaged audience and new opportunities with visitors, but you might not optimize for these if you focus too much on clicks instead of the overall value of your visits from search. That's basically Google saying the gravy train is over. In fact, they've said AI overviews get better clicks, which is their right, meaning better. I don't know. Maybe you'll say they're more convertible, not like convertible like a Corvette would have a convertible. Not all Corvettes have a convertible, but you get more money out of it. Whatever it is, whatever you want out of the site visit, AI overviews according to Google are better at whatever it is, converting, ad clicks, whatever you want. They're just better. So Google's already putting out messaging saying, "Hey, wait a second." But then they're saying at the same time, anything that says, "Hey, wait a second, maybe there's less traffic," liars. What? How do you, who, it's, y'all realize what you're saying, right? Like there's total dissonance there. Again, prerequisite of being on Google's comms team, you must have dissonance. It's dealing with this is not difficult. Dealing with this just means steering into the skid a little bit. Let me hold on. Here's how I would handle it. Hey, you know all that crap you see on the web when you go from wherever to whatever web page and it's fluff, garbage, SEO content. Sorry, SEOs, but your target keywords offer no value. That is SEO content. You know that? Our AI properties, AI overviews, AI mode, they help you not get that. They help you get more refined results. We're refining the web. Steer into the skid, get people on your side for a variety of reasons, which I'll try to get to, are really important to Google. Google needs people on its side and it needs less contention, which I'll get into why. And stock price is the answer why. But that's easy to do. The multitude of people realize that the web is crap. So say we are refining the web, which may result in less traffic, but more refined, better quality results. In other words, what Google should say is there's been a gluttony of web content out there and tons of traffic to it that none of this content actually deserved. And now we're giving what deserves to be given traffic. And we're siphoning out what should not have never deserved to get traffic to begin with. That's steering to the skid. Right then, you'd be like, the multitude of people will be like, hey, great. That was a real problem. You're saying there's a solution to this? Great. I'm all for this. Is that so difficult? That's what they're already kind of doing with some of the messaging I just showed you, some of the comments I just showed you, steering to the skid. It's a problem. You're helping the problem. There's public sentiment around this, wide public sentiment around this. Go for it. That's it. Right? We've seen that the web has become oversaturated with low quality content, and our AI properties, such as AI mode and AI overviews, offer a way of filtering out and refining the web so that only higher quality content that is more targeted to the user specific needs and wants are presented and therefore clicked on. I just made that up now, by the way. I didn't even write that. That was good. Should be a comms person, as if I wasn't a comms person. That's not that difficult. The second part of the comms strategy should be liars. No, should not be liars. It should be that this thing is a work in progress, which Google has already said. I can't find my mouse to share the screen. Hold on. Such a professional video person. I, by the way, don't like creating videos. I find it annoying. But I like doing it and talking to you. This stuff. Anyway, breaking the fourth wall there. Google already said that this AI overviews, are going to go away. You can see it here, dive deeper in AI mode. And the real thing is going to be this thing, AI mode. And this thing, which no one gets the fact that the Yankees suck, right? They really suck. It's a different conversation for a different time. Unless by the time I release this, they've won like 4 games in a row, which don't worry, they won't. This thing, AI mode, is going to be integrated here in the traditional results, meaning this thing is not going to look like this. This thing is going away and is getting replaced with some kind of version of this thing, which everyone knows is not going to look like this. It'll look different, obviously, if anything, because it's going to exist here and not in the other place. So you've already communicated here again, check mark for dissonance. You've already said that you haven't figured this whole thing out 100% yet, because the one thing is moving to the other thing. So just say that. Just say, hey, it while there may be conversation about there being less web traffic, which we've addressed in the other part of the communication strategy before, which is not necessarily a bad thing, this product is not done yet. Or in like corporate terms, um, the integration of AI mode into the additional search results presents an opportunity for us to present AI LLM summative output along with access to first content solutions, i.e., websites, that will facilitate deeper exploration into the wider topic. And as such, our integration of AI mode into the additional search results presents a unique opportunity to see both immediate summative AI generated output, along with opportunity to explore more first source solutions, i.e., web content. I just made that up too. That was also good. Is it really that hard? So those are the 2 points. We're refining the web. Also, we have a roadmap for integrating exploration, i.e., websites, into the final version of this. We already have it planned out. Now, the reason why this is hard, it doesn't seem hard, by the way, right? Like this, now that I say that, it does not seem hard at all. It isn't. I mean, no, it's not that hard. It's just a matter of hashing out the details. All of these things, by the way, it's a matter of hashing out the details. What makes it difficult for Google is the fact that it's competing interests. So what Google needs to try to do, first of all, is just trying to figure out the stock price, which is why it needs public sentiment to be on its side. It needs people to be, yes, Google. It doesn't want to have, ooh, Google bad, because it's currently looking for positive sentiment to uplift stock price. It also, by the way, doesn't want a war with publishers, doesn't want Cloudflare coming up, we're going to block, doesn't want that. So it's trying to avoid that by avoiding all conflict and confrontation whatsoever, which is what's built in these big brands' DNA. They don't know how to handle this thing to begin with. But also from Barry Schwartz, yeah, they're integrating ads. They've announced integration of ads into the AI properties, and they need to come off like we have this figured out. So they feel like they can't say, this is not the final product, we're figuring it out. Even though they've already said the other thing is getting integrated into this thing. And if you just put A plus B together, you will get C, which is this thing is not figured out yet. Which evidently Google thinks no one can figure out. But now you know. They haven't figured it out yet because A plus B, math. So they don't want to come off like we haven't figured out how to integrate ads into this thing because we haven't figured out what the end version of this actually is. So we're going to say, this is what it is. Here are ads. Feel confident as investors. Invest in Google stock price because we have the ad solution. We have the monetization of this already figured out. So that's why they won't go with the, hey, it's not the final product yet. In the final product, we've already accounted for exploration of first-party sources, i.e. websites. That's why they feel they can't say that. Now, they can't absolutely say that in a way that does both. They already have. They also, again, don't. And okay, so and why won't they say the first part of my comm strategy, which would be, hey, steer into the skid. The web sucked, and we're helping refine it with our AI properties, because brands, particularly bigger brands, are not built into their DNA to steer into skids. Their whole way of thinking is avoid the skids, get out of it, lie, and then call other people liars. Liars.